Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Hassan again, your number one forex teacher, forex advisor, forex tutor, forex just ignore those names, just kidding. Okay, so welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys have been well. I've been okay, and I've got a plan that I'm going to be sharing with you guys so that we do not have to get confused. I noticed that a lot of you want to watch these videos, however you do not have a specific day of watching these videos because they come out at any time. Some of you are at work, some of you are sleeping, others are busy doing other things, some of you don't have data, some of you don't even have power, electricity. You do not have electricity to do what? To charge your phones, or your phones are off. So now I've gotten a specific day that I'm going to be producing or releasing these videos, and I'm thinking that the videos can be weekly. So I'm going to be releasing 2 videos every week on Saturday. One about overall trader psychology, one about overall trader psychology, talking about risk management, things in the trading world. What else? Things in the trading world, things you can do in order to be a profitable trader, things to avoid, what can keep you busy, how to view the charts, and 2, another video about analysis of the next week. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving you analysis weekly. So analysis for this week, I give you analysis for the coming week. I give you, like, for example, today is Saturday 17th May 2025. So I give you the analysis for next week on Saturday or Sunday, like one of those 2 days, Saturday or Sunday. I give you analysis for next week, such that when you go in Monday, you know what you're expecting. And that analysis I'll be giving you are some of the trades that will be on my watch list that I'll be watching out in order for me to get entries in the coming week. And you have to know that trading is all about prepare. You anticipate first, then you prepare, and then wait. That is the patient part now. Wait to execute. When the trade comes to you, execute it without fear or favor, and even without greed. So that is what I'm going to be doing. So every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you're going to be getting 2 videos, one about the psychology or just a trader talk, and then 2 about the analysis for the coming week. That way it will give me time to do other things, since I'm a swing trader, and that way it will also give you time and your timetable to know that this day at this time I have to go to so and so's channel to get this, instead of littering and dumping videos randomly every day. That is going to be training you. And also this one helps us to capture very many pairs and also have a recap for the previous week, and then we proceed. So now we are going to start straight away to the charts. Before we start, guys, subscribe to the channel. Before we start, it is a norm. Give you 5 seconds, you subscribe to the channel, and then we proceed. So guys, subscribe, and then we proceed with the analysis for next week. Okay, I hope you have subscribed to the channel. So now let's proceed with the analysis for next week. But first, we are going to start with a recap, I think, on USD JPY. Where is USD JPY? It's here. So we're going to start with a recap on USD JPY. I'm just going to remove all this shit that I've put here, and then I take you through USD JPY. So guys, I hope you have subscribed. If you have not subscribed, I'm going to send you away from my channel. You're watching content for free. So on the screen we have USD JPY. The lines you see, this one and this one, are my support and resistance. These ones I never remove them from my charts. they are my support and resistance zones, so I never remove them from my charts, so they'll be there. But I don't use them every day. I only use them when I know price is coming to that area, so it just keeps me, like it alerts me knowing that this is where price is heading next, such that I don't panic when I'm holding my trades. I know where price is going, so I shouldn't be panicking. Okay, so now last week we did an analysis on USD JPY, and we predicted that USD JPY is going to move up to here. That's why I had marked that order block there, that supply zone here. So we predicted USD JPY was supposed to move up to this area here. Why? Because it was the last candle before the impulse downwards, creating this imbalance to the supply zone here. So the supply zone was supposed to come and be filled by this candle here, and then we head to the downside. So we were supposed to buy from here up to here before we can come down. However, as price action and forex had its own plans different from the ones that we had for it. Guess what it did? So disappointing. It came and stopped here. For no reason, it turned around. It came shy to our zone, because now if it had entered here, it was an automatic sell for us. But now it did not even reach there. I don't know what made it turn around. Maybe it thought it had filled, because we see we still have some small space up here that was supposed to be filled. And guys, I told you, price moves away that those people who trade supply and demand, you would bear me witness on this. Price moves away that if it creates a gap behind, it has to be filled. It has to go back and fill that gap. If it creates a gap, it has to go back and fill that gap. It moves in an inefficient way. If it leaves inefficiencies behind, it will have to go back and fill them. If it leaves imbalances behind, it would have to go back and fill them. So if you look at this, let me start with this area here. All of this area here are balanced. We had price move up to here and then came down, so went and left this imbalance here. So everything around here is balanced. You see, everything around here is balanced. Everything around here is balanced. When you come to this side here, it balances, and by balancing I mean this wick, the three candles, one down, one in the middle, one at the bottom. So the wick of the bottom should be touching the wick of the one at the top. If it is not touching, then it is imbalanced. So everything here is balanced. This kind of pulled, tested this supply zone here, we went down. You see this one, it is balancing with this one here, this one balancing with that one. The only imbalance we had is this one that had to be filled. So it has come and it is slightly filled. It was not filled fully. If it was filled fully, we would be confident in this sell to bring it down here. However, it was not filled to the entirety, so we are expecting that price at some point it will come and fill this area here. However, we don't know, but the buy was good. The buy was very good. After filling the zone here, it bought up here. Every open price range that you see, it will have to be filled at some point. We have an open price range here. This candle, this green candle here, the the indecision candle or the doji candle, and then this indecision, another indecision candle here. We have this space here. It was tried to be filled by this candle, but it was not filled to entirety. So at some point it will come to be filled, and that time will come. The rest of the structure here is balanced. So there is only one imbalance here that we were expecting to be filled, but it was not filled. And what happened? Price came down, so it's coming down. So at that point, the moment this price closed as bearish hammer, then we're out of our positions. I need to take some water. We're out of. Guys, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget. Remember, I give you here premium analysis, and use the information whatever you want to use it with. So if you had it tapped here, it would be a great chance to sell 500 pips up to down here, but I did not tap it. You look at the next video. This is the analysis that I made. So it reached here, And then we had already trailed our stop losses, we had already removed some positions and then tanked here and then started coming down. So for now, what do I expect? Really, I don't expect anything from USD JPY. I'm thinking that it might even come up to down here, or it might first go clear up this space that is remaining before we can start coming down. Whatever it wants to do, it is up to it. We are out of this trade and we have taken our profit. So now we just proceed to the daily to see what is happening. So the daily, we have a supply zone around this area here, and by the way, it was respected. See this candle here, we have a supply zone there. It was highly respected by that candle on the daily. Let me just adjust this here very well. So it was highly respected by that candle on the daily. You see that indecision candle, this one here, this one here. You see it? It went up to almost hitting the stop loss, but did not hit. It was respected on the daily. So what should we expect? Should we expect price still go up now like it ended as an indecision candle? You know what we talked about indecision candles. If you get something like this at a supply zone on a high time frame or at a place of resistance on a high time frame, and also guys, we have support and resistance here. Let me just show you. This is support, this is resistance turned into support, and at the same time it is where the demand zone is that we shot up. So now we have come here. We should be expecting to buy the next week? Me, I think so. Should expect to buy a little to come and fill this gap here. That is what I think. Come and fill this gap here, and then we can maybe come down, because now this is a supply zone. We fill this gap, we shall be thinking of coming down. That is the daily. The daily, it is telling us we are placed at support, we are at a place of support, which was previous resistance turned into support. There is a supply zone, so we have high chances of buying. So when you come to the 4 hour, what do you see on the 4 hour? The 4 hour, the support and resistance is still there at the 4 hour, and then when you look to the left, there's also a demand zone. I like supply a lot, I don't know why. There's also a demand zone down here. Actually, it was the one that was used, not the one on the daily. This is the one that was used. The demand zone there, price came to sweep out the liquidity here and then use the demand zone there. So according to this, if you use the first one to buy, if you had noticed that buy and use the first one, your stop loss would be huge. That will be 200 pips. That is too much, because 200 you're targeting here. 200, that is 1:1. You're not doing anything. You're actually losing the same as you're earning. That is too much. So if you had used the first one, you would be in a huge stop loss. So you had to use the second one. You just come to the 4 hour to refine the zones. You had to use the second. You see how the second one was clear, but the second looks like it was used before. So price came to use it again, and I told you these places that have been used before, they are not high probability. So this was a low probability zone. You'd enter with a half the lot. If a mini lot, enter with 0.05. This is risking only $30 to make $160, and so far you would be in profits of up to 67. That is $30. So that would be a 1-to-1. A 1-to-1. This is supply, guys. It's not easy. So you come here. That would be your target for now. So that is on USD JPY. If I go to my 1 hour, and I told you I rarely go below the 1 hour. If I go to 1 hour, it is not looking bad. It is not looking bad, guys. So this was the supply zone that was used. The supply zone was used at a place of support and resistance, and then we made a double bottom here, double bottom around this area, and we are looking up, and look what is happening. We have another supply zone here. After breaking here, we shot up and we have another supply zone, and it looks like it is being respected by price. Looks like it's being respected by price, and it's also forming a head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulder. This is low, low, and then higher, high, and then we're coming to this shoulder to shoot price to the moon. That is what I'm thinking on USD JPY. USD JPY is looking like still bullish for the short term. So you're risking here 30 pips. And now it is retesting to make potential. To make potential 270. That is 1:9. Okay, guys. So that is a recap on USD JPY. I think USD JPY, it is still bullish. In the meantime, you see even the daily, there's a head and shoulder on the daily trying to form. This is a shoulder, this is this whole thing here now, it is a head, and this is another shoulder. So even on the daily, there's a head and shoulder trying to form. We shall see what is going to happen on USD JPY next week. And if I were you, I wouldn't be in this trade for now. If I were you, I wouldn't be in this trade. It is still a buy. This is looking just like a retracement, but it's still a buy. But if I were you, I wouldn't be in this trade for now. I wouldn't be in this trade for now, but I'm thinking it will buy up to here before it can sell down here. If we break here, we shall continue up. Okay, guys, that is all for USD JPY recap. You can use that information well and see whether I can make profits out of it. So now, next we shall go to another pair, NZD CAD. Good, NZD CAD. So NZD CAD, we have the weekly time frame on the screen. Guys, subscribe to the channel. You see the content I'm giving you here. You're not going to be getting it everywhere. This is premium content here. Subscribe to the channel and we proceed. So NZD CAD, on the screen we see the weekly time frame. So what do we have here? NZD CAD was dropping. It was in a downtrend, making lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower high. Guys, this movement here, it was so beautiful. You can literally draw a channel on this movement here. See, a clean channel, and let me draw it. I'm going to tell you the funny thing here about this channel. Clean channel, include even the wicks. This is the weekly time frame. Weekly wicks. Funny. So NZD CAD, you see that beautiful channel. So now, people who don't have a strategy, people who are just loitering in all strategies they get. Let me give you another strategy here. Simple, but it doesn't always happen all the time. You see, when price came here, it went up, creating a low and a high on this channel, starting the channel. So when it came down to the bottom of the channel, it went up to the top of the channel. Came down to the bottom of the channel, went up to the top of the channel. Came down to the bottom of the channel, went up to the top of the channel. Came down to the bottom of the channel, went up to the top of the channel. Now that is when it broke out, and after breaking out, what happened? It broke out, retested, and then went up. So now, what would be your strategy? People who are just loitering around with no strategies, just buy. When it comes up here, sell. When it comes down here, you buy. When it comes back up, you sell. When it comes down, you buy. When it comes back up, you sell. So just nonsense. Let me leave that one. Okay, guys, enough of the jokes. So let's come to what brought us here. So we shall start with the Alchemist Strategy. We have support and resistance up here, but everything here is efficient. However, with the NZD CAD, what you have to know is that it has a lot of wicks. So you often see most of the efficient parts being tested. What you should consider are the bodies, candle bodies. If they cover well, that is well and good. You also include the wicks, but mainly you should consider the candle bodies. So what do we have here on NZD CAD weekly time frame? We have a support, we dropped down, and then we had a low, we went up, made a resistance, we dropped it down, and now we have come to this, and it looks like we broke here. Oh no, we leveled, we did not break. This this green candle is the one you should mark, because it is the support, is the resistance. Guys, apparent resistance are disturbing me. So we have come here, it looks like we want to drop down, and when we drop down, this is where we are coming to. And why do I say this? Because this is where the previous shoulder is. See, this is the shoulder, this is the head. If it comes here, this is an inverted head and shoulder, and probably we can shoot up. That is what I see, or what I think. So I know people say trade what you see, don't trade what you think. Yes, but now see and think, they're almost the same things. So you have something like a low, and then a high, a low, and then an equal high. If you had made a high, it would be better, but now it's an equal high. So we are thinking it will come down here, and then we shoot it up. However, how do we go about that? Alchemist comes in handy. So the strategy is, we see this is support being rejected twice. This is support. Let me put the line chart for you. This is support. Let me mark it. And I told it is the green candle that is considered, not the red candle. Let me put for a line here. Good. So you see where I've marked. See, the line is in the green candle. You see the line chart? You see that V, that A here, that arrow, it is in the green candle. That is where support or resistance is marked. In this case, it is resistance, green candle. Now, do you see this line I've put here at the top of this? Why is it on the green candle? So that is where the support is. So this week rejected here, and this one also has rejected, meaning chances of going down are high. So what follows next is a story line has started by a weekly rejection. So we go to the daily to look for a bearish breakout. What do we see on the daily? The daily shows us higher low, and then we broke down. We have come to test this area here with the supply in the supply zone. We wicked it out and then came down, and now we are making a double top. Let me see whether my indicators are back. I don't know why I don't have the indicators. Guys, I wanted to put for you the RSI such that you can see this clear double top here. Double top, break this, come down, make another top looking down. And look what is happening. There is a rejection here. All signs for me, I'm seeing they are leading me down. There is a mini head and shoulder here. This is a shoulder, this is a head, this is another shoulder. We shot up, we made a big shoulder, and now price is looking like coming back to the shoulders here. Guys, we are selling NZD CAD first before maybe you can buy it. So we have already created a bearish storyline. This is high, low, lower, low. We came back to test this area, and we have made a double top on the daily, and we are looking down. We are looking down. So what happens is, guys, let me say, take some water. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Okay, so the daily is telling us this heading down. So we go to the 4 hour. What do we have on the 4 hour? So the 4 hour, we had a higher high, higher low, higher high. Look at the swings, because 4 hour has this mini highs here. Higher high, higher low, higher high. So we were supposed to come and take out this low and make a bearish straight line also on the 4 hour, but however it did not come. But still doesn't mean that it will not come next week. You see, it came and tested this supply zone here. This supply zone here. Retested it, respected it, and is now looking down. Guys, you hear the things I'm telling you. Looking down, almost everything is down. Why would you want to buy in this market? Why would you want to buy unless you're trading on the 2 minutes time frame? Guys, trade on the 2 minutes time frame are so funny. Okay, and now this one we can refine it to this candle here. Yes, so the 4 hour came, the 1 hour came, retested here, made a shoulder to this head, this big head here, made a shoulder, and now it is coming down. Guys, NZD CAD we are looking for only sales. Look for where you can enter using your lower entry time frame models to look for only sales. And when we look for sales, we are selling NZD CAD until down here. How many pips are there? 157 pips. So you should be using something like 30 to 40 pips, maximum 50 to get a 1 is to 3. 150 pips. You're just going to hold it for some time, but it will eventually get down here, and that is NZD CAD. So guys, next week look around for sales on NZD CAD. That is what I see according to my analysis. So that is all. That is pair number 1. We go to pair number 2. Pair number 2 is what that I wanted to talk about. GBP USD. What is GBP USD? Good. GBP USD. So guys, GBP USD is a very annoying pair. It has annoyed me. It has annoyed me to the fullest. GBP USD. GBP USD, why are you behaving like this? Okay. So now guys, I will show you, but guys, you should learn the kind of strategy called demand and supply. It's a very good strategy. I've been learning it for I think now 1 month and a half, but it is a strategy that is going to give you opportunities in this market. Look at this. Look at this buy here, and look at the precision. I think the dealer here did not want us to buy in. The dealer here did not want us to buy this GBP USD, because what is this? What kind of jokes are these? You look at the precision, guys. Let me zoom in. Look at the precision, guys. It tapped exactly. In fact, if you did not mark the candle well, you're going to miss out on this. If you did not mark the candle well, you're going to miss out. Exactly. Tap in with 1 pip, and it ran up for the next 2 weeks. GBP USD. So unserious pair. Okay, let's analyze GBP USD, guys. So GBP USD has been moving out for some good time now. GBP USD has been moving up for some good time, and now it has. Remember, I told you the market, according to demand and supply, it moves with efficiency. When it creates an imbalance, it goes back and fills it. So now GBP USD, GBP USD was moving efficiently. I want you to see this movement. It created an imbalance here, it came back, filled it, and went up. Created one here, it did not create one, because this week is reaching on this week. So it did not create one, it did not come back. So it created one big one here. This week, it's not connecting this week. And what did it do? It went up to like filling this one, but it did not fill it. You see, there's some space up here, because this is the only inefficient. This is the only efficient space here. It went like filling it, but it did not fill it. So what happened? It dropped down. What happened? It dropped down. It dropped up to here. Then the next day, full people like it was buying. Then it came back up to here to fill this gap here, and that's why I'm laughing. Look at the precision that it used to get orders here. The moment it tapped on this week, it turned around and sold for 3 consecutive weeks. 3 consecutive weeks, guys. That is how foolish GBP USD can be. Sold for 3 consecutive weeks up there. So now what has happened? What do we want to see next week? So it reached this supply zone. You see this last indecision candle, last small candle before the impulse. Wow. People who don't know where to put your stop losses. Have you seen where to put your stop losses? Answer I didn't tell you. So it reached this area here. It did not go past the candle. It did not. It passed with a few pips to clear out the people who put the process up here, the manipulation. And now it has been ranging here for a full month. There's this candle 2, 3, 4 for a full month. However, we have not been phased. We know it is ranging, but it will go where? It will come down. So now what is the point? What do we do here? We know that we are looking for only sales because we are in supply zone on the weekly time frame. So we are looking for only sales. So how do we enter the sales? So we're saying that GBP USD has rejected this previous resistance here with this closure of the indecision candle. So what do we want to see? So now the candle has rejected has finished as a rejection. So we go down to the daily time frame to look for a bearish breakout. Did we have a bearish breakout? Let me first come back to the weekly market. The daily has those big candles. This was the first rejection. No, this one did not reject. I would consider it as a rejection because it rejected this side. However, let me try to be okay for even beginners to understand. But even this is a rejection. They are all rejections. So we are waiting for daily breakout. So when you look at GBP USD, it did not break out according to this, but I will take it as a breakout because you see, come the line chart, you see this one here, there, and then this breakout drop down here, breaking out here, and then making a head and shoulder here. We broke out there. So now we are down, and now we have gone up, and this looks like a double top on the daily time frame. So for me, I would consider breakout. However, some of you would consider not to be a breakout, so you'd wait for this area here to be taken out before you can think about entries. This area here to be taken out next week before you can think about entries. So we drop to the 4 hour. What do you say on the 4 hour? And I want to see where I marked it. You see where I marked? It is exactly where price hit and then turned around. Price came, hit this area, went back. So it has come, hit it with a rejection, and now it is looking up. So before we start selling, we want to see this area taken out by price, come and retest. The good thing it has left us with something like a supply zone. Good. So we want to see the next candles, if they can come down. If they go up, they are coming here, though this area is efficient. But with price action, anything can happen. So we want to see the next candles come down here, break to the downside, then come to retest this area around here, and then we shall shoot price down. You get me? You get me? Okay, so according to the 1 hour, we are already looking down, and this is a head and shoulder. This is a low, a high, lower low. Make the demand zone here, created the supply zone here. We have tested the supply zone, and now we are looking down. So we hope that this area will be taken out, and then we can go back to get a sell to the downside. So GBP USD, I'm highly bearish on GBP USD. Next week, start looking for selling opportunities on GBP USD. Do not buy, look for selling opportunities. That is according to my analysis, GBP USD. So we proceed to go to the next pair. This is how we are going to be doing it weekly. Guys, subscribe to the channel. I'm giving you premium content. There's nothing you're telling me. So we proceed to the next pair. I want to talk about AUD USD. This slow moving pair, AUD USD. Okay. So AUD USD, it is almost like NZD CAD, looking like NZD CAD. However, I don't analyze pairs in correlation. I analyze each and every pair individually. If I get some analysis looking like the one I did on the other pair, well and good. but I analyze each and every pair individually. Why do I do so? Because you see, the GBP USD and Euro USD, they always try to move the same way. However, there are times that you will see the Euro USD is ahead of the GBP USD. So if you buy at the same time, my friend, you will get pips on Euro USD and GBP USD will ban you before it gives you those pips. So I don't really fancy that. I analyze each and every pair individually. So what do we see on GBP AUD USD? AUD USD, this is the weekly time frame. Guys, subscribe to the channel. So this is the weekly time frame. AUD USD price was in a massive downtrend. And the people who were saying that, oh, now it has gone away, we wait for entries, hey, it did not give you entries. It did not give you entries to take you to the upside. You just had to wait. It dropped here and then went up, then dropped again, massively dropped again. So now during its movement down, it created a supply zone up here. This indecision candle here created a supply zone. So though the wicks are meeting, it is the only one that we have. And on these high time frames, you have to consider mostly the candles. If you consider only wicks, you'll miss a lot of trades. So they are meeting here, and what is happening is we went down and now it's looking like we're coming down. And I know if we're coming down, we're going to tank here and then make something like a head and shoulder to, or inverted head and shoulder to go up. So now that we have reached the supply zone, we have tested it the first time, came down, and we went to test again, and we are coming down. And during that retest, we created a resistance here, which we have now rejected. Let me show you. We created this resistance here. Let me put my line, my magical line there. You see this V, a resistance, and this candle is rejecting this a resistance. So that means the storyline has begun. The Alchemist straight line has begun on AUD USD. So now what do? We go to the daily to look for a bearish breakout on the daily. Let me remove this because it's going to look big on the daily. So go to the daily and look for a bearish breakout. Do we have a breakout on the daily? We wouldn't count this, no. So we are waiting for this low to be taken out. This is a low. No, we have it, guys. This is the low that was taken out. I think this was just to come and retest this area and then head down, because if we wait for this, might miss this trade. We are already looking down, guys. Double top down. This low is taken out. We are going to come and take out this low. The daily is not giving you much. Let me go to the 4 hour and see. 4 hour, it already made a breakout. This is a high, a low, a high, then QM buy, QM sell, and then we have been dropping up to when we took out this low here. So we have gone up to retest the supply zone up here. You see this space here? It's not really there, but we're going to retest this supply zone up here, and now we are dropping. Dropping. So let me see to the daily if we have a clear entry. We do not have a clear entry anywhere. We came to this area and then we turned down. So guys, on AUD USD I'm bearish. AUD USD I'm bearish. So just look for a supply zone on the 4 hour, 1 hour, and then sell AUD USD. We are coming here. How many pips are we looking at? We are looking at 250 pips to the downside, and we shall be risking as little as around 50 pips. That should be 1:5. Good. Don't say I didn't tell you. AUD USD on the look for sell opportunities. Do not buy, guys. Do not buy. Look for sell opportunities on the AUD USD. So AUD USD, that is all. The video is becoming too long. I'll tap later on GBP USD and then we shall call it a day on Euro GBP, not GBP USD. Euro GBP, I had already put my sign here. Let me just remove it so that I don't confuse you. Euro GBP. So guys, I want you to know this thing. Well, Euro GBP reached this supply zone here. Let me first remove this. Euro GBP reached this supply zone in this area here. But it went beyond it but closed below the supply zone. The wick went out probably to fake out some unserious traders and closed below the supply zone. Closed below the supply zone. So now what have we done on Euro GBP? See, since we have been dropping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of bearish price action. How many pips have we moved from up? Guys, learn demand and supply, learn the Alchemist strategy. You're going to be billionaires in Forex. We have moved 200 pips downside. If you have entered the lot size 1, that is $2,000 in how many weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In 5 weeks, that is 1 month. In Uganda, you get $2,300 in 1 month. That is around 8 million Ugandan shillings. Guys, even government workers don't get that money. If those ones who get it, they go home with 5 million because it is taxed. This is clean money. Learn Forex, learn this strategy. Forex is going to change your in life. So it made a QM buy. This is a low, a high, a low, and then a higher high. So we are coming to make this shoulder around here and then buy to the upside. That is for Euro GBP. So Euro GBP we are looking to buy. However, before we buy, we are approaching the supply zone on the weekly time frame. Where is the supply zone on the weekly time frame? This candle here. This is an indecision candle, a bullish engulfing candle, engulfing this previous 2 weeks of price action, breaking 2 structures in that process, and giving us another engulfing candle. So Euro GBP, we're expecting to sell you, to buy you next week after you have sold fully into the supply zone. So now what happens is we go to the daily to refine this level here. When you go to the daily, you see clearly we have this indecision candle, this one, and then a bullish engulfing candle breaking this structure, and then it created bullish engulfing candles up to the upside. Up to the upside, and now it has come down. So we don't expect it to cross below here. If it crosses below here, it will not close below here. It will still close back in the supply zone, and then we are buying it back to the upside, Euro GBP. So we have refined it up to here. So we go to the 4 hour, refine it more. So when you come to the 4 hour, the indecision candle is actually here. Indecision candle is actually there. So it has rotated all it has wanted. It has now come back to this area here. So we are looking to buy Euro GBP. What is our risk? 83. So this one, I would put it around here and then put it at 40 pips. And what is our target? 40 pips. Target the weekly. Our target is around here, 300 pips. That is 1:6. So guys, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you've learned something from it. Also share to other people. That is all for today. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Let's grow the channel together. Like the video, and also don't forget to comment anything that you would want me to help you with. That is all for today. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye.